Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the greatest recordings ever. And today, I got one for you. The complete Brahms piano trios, featuring the Suk Trio, which is actually not really a Suk Trio. What I mean is the Suk Trio could have like lots of different configurations. Let's put it this way, because in this case, well, it's not really the Suk Trio, does it? Does it say that here? No, it just says the piano trios. Okay, it's not the Suk Trio, because the Suk Trio, which also made some of the greatest recordings ever, is right over here, pardon me, on Superfon, and consists of Josef Suk Violin, who is, of course, Dvorak's grandson, or great-grandson, I think, or grandson, well, one of those. Jan Panenka and Josef Chutro. So there was him. But that's a set for another time. We've talked about it before anyway. It's amazing. No, here we have the Brahms piano trios. We're talking about Brahms, not Dvorak, but with Josef Suk violin and Janos Starker cello. Wow. And Julius Katchen piano. Double wow. Because Katchen, as you know, or may not, made the complete Brahms piano works, a recording of that for Decca, which is an iconic set. I mean, he was an amazing pianist, a brilliant pianist, and it still remains one of the great set of, Brahms piano work things in the universe. And so they got together and did the piano trios. Now, the three Brahms piano trios are, in some respects, the ideal introduction to Brahms as a chamber artist. I know people like the piano quintet and all that, but what I mean is not just, his genius as a writer for small forces, writing large instrumental works for small forces, but because they span his career. And so you hear his evolution as a composer. So you have the first piano trio in B flat, which is only Opus 8. It's an early work, although he revised it later, but it's a big, expansive, rhapsodic, beautiful singing work full of luscious melodies, and it goes on a bit. I mean, it's Brahms really showing his ambition to write on the largest possible scale, even though it's chamber work. So there you have it. The second trio in C major is his Opus 87. So you're talking about the time of the first and second symphonies, or somewhere around there, first, second, and third symphonies, somewhere in that, but his full maturity. And at that point, he had completely mastered all of the classical forms that, Haydn, Mozart, and Beethoven were doing. And he was strutting his stuff and showing what he could do with C major, which you may recall is also Schubert's favorite key. When composers write in C major, which is, just the white keys of the piano, is C major. I mean, of course, you use other notes and things as you need them, but the basic key is from C to C and white notes on the piano. And it's generally regarded as a vanilla kind of key. It's a basic, simplest, first thing you learn when you're playing scales and things like that. But great composers, and Schubert was, sort of the one who took after Haydn in this respect, because Haydn was another one. When they were writing in C major, they were not writing vanilla music. They were using C major as a kind of blank canvas from which to go on all kinds of amazing harmonic excursions and investigate incredibly beautiful, poetic sequences of harmony and tonality and all those things. I mean, I explain it and it means nothing. You have to listen. And Brahms Trio number 2 is one of those. It goes, where no man has gone before, that sort of thing. It boldly goes where no man has gone before. And it's really stunning. Gorgeous work, but shorter. I mean, the first trio is 36, 37 minutes, and depending on what you do, it could be longer, with repeats and whatnot. And the second is 29 minutes. And the third trio in C minor is in some ways, it's a fascinating combination, actually. It's only 20 minutes long. It's very concise, very compact, extremely powerful. It's written around the time of the double concerto, which is the shortest of all of Brahms' concertos, too. As he got older, he got more and more succinct and almost abrupt sometimes in his expression. And this particular trio is one of his greatest chamber works. I mean, everybody kind of agrees with that. It's in the Beethoven C minor key. It's full of Sturm und Drang, but it just doesn't have a wasted note. I mean, none of these pieces do. Brahms was not a note waster, but at times, like I said, he could be more relaxed, more expansive, sort of bigger or whatever. But this isn't like that. This is every single thing is just full of passion and a linear drive and saying the maximum possible expressively in the shortest possible space. It's an extraordinary work. And so then we have the second cello sonata, which is also magnificent, opus 99 with Starker, and the Scherzo for violin and piano in C minor with Josef Suk, or Josef Suk, however you want to pronounce it. And it's on Decca. So these are three superb musicians. Josef Suk is one of the great violinists of the 20th century, and because he recorded mostly for Superfon and had a few excursions outside of his native Czechoslovakia, a few recordings, he never quite got all the attention that he deserved. But he was a fabulous soloist, especially in chamber music and works in the classical repertoire. For example, the Beethoven Concerto, things like that. I mean, he just really nailed that stuff. And all three of them, I mean, Starker, who was phenomenal, he was concertmaster of the Chicago Symphony at one point, and or other things. I mean, one of the great cellists also, and Julius Katchen, whose Brahms pianism was the stuff of legends. And here they all are making wonderful music together, as considerate and sensitive partners as you could possibly ask for. And that really makes this Decca twofer, here it is, one of the greatest recordings ever. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. And do get these. I mean, I know people sometimes hesitate when it comes to chamber music, and I see from the traffic reports, on these videos, that when I do chamber music, it's like it gets cut in half because you are losing out. I know I'm talking to the half that watches. Tell your friends, don't give up because it's chamber music. It's exceptional stuff. So it takes a little more concentration sometimes. I mean, who cares? You can handle it. It's glorious. Anyway, yes, keep on listening, and thank you so much for joining me. Take care.